Starting your lock or natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a Black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
So 2 race soldiers out of Iowa will have to face a lawsuit alleging they wrongfully handcuffed a black man during a 2018 traffic stop, according to a federal appellate court that ruled on September 21st. So the 8th U.S. District of Appeals is a denied qualified immunity for Des Moines officers Brian Minnehan and Ryan Steinkamp, reviving a lawsuit brought by DeJuan Haynes. It's a Haynes sued Minnehan and Steinkamp, as well as the city, after the police chief Dana Wingert, after he was pulled over and handcuffed in July 2018, after he was suspected of being involved in a drug deal. He said, "We have repeatedly equated a person's suspected drug deal involvement with a reasonable belief that the same person may be armed and dangerous," the court wrote. It said, "But as new information flows in, a reasonable belief can dissolve into an unreasonable one." They say this case is an example of how. Now, according to the lawsuit filed on September 21, the race soldiers were assigned to the summer enforcement team. They say a proactive policing initiative meant to reduce criminal activity in the areas of the city. They say as part of the team, they say the race soldiers would focus on suspicious activity that may involve illegal drugs. Now, they say the race soldiers were in the neighborhood where Haynes attended church on July 26, 2018, when he saw the 31-year-old engage in a brief interaction with another person, during which something was exchanged. As the officers then began to trail Haynes in his Volkswagen, Haynes pulled over and the race soldiers approached the vehicle and asked what was he doing. So he replied, saying that he was giving away some change. He then searched for his driver's license, but could not find it, and provided his insurance card, a Visa card, and a Costco card, his name and picture, as well as his address and social security number. Aside from the suspected drug deal, the race soldiers would later testify that nothing about Haynes' behavior led them to see him as a safety risk or uncooperative. Both officers looked into the car, neither saw anything drug-related, nor smelled marijuana, and neither saw weapons, according to the lawsuit. Now, Haynes was asked to step out of the vehicle, then detained and handcuffed because he did not have a license. The brother said, "The car and me being over here don't match." It said, but the race soldiers responded that it's a nice car for that area. But Haynes said that he was humiliated when the officers handcuffed him, shoved their hands down his pants, and searched for illegal drugs, patted down the area between his legs in front of his pants, and left his pants unzipped, and he stood in full view of the road. He said, "You pulled me over for no reason, handcuffed me, pushed your hands down my pants in public, asked me immediately about pushing drugs, and I haven't done anything, broken laws or traffic infractions." That's what the brother says. The only thing that they saw was my skin color. Now, I say the race soldiers let the brother go after about 11 minutes in total, after he'd been handcuffed around 5 minutes. Now, the city requested that the suit be dismissed on the grounds that the race soldiers were protected by qualified immunity. You know the thing that Democrats say, if you get us in there, we'll get rid of that qualified immunity. And how did that work out for black folks? Go and vote for the Democrats, right? They say, but the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals rejected the request, reversing the earlier court decision. In the district court, they said the suit was originally filed in the state court, but later moved to the federal court. They said the brother says that he was racially profiled and wrongfully subjected to handcuffing when he had not committed a crime. They say once all reasonable beliefs that the brother was not armed and dangerous, they say he kept publicly displaying, they said, pants undone, in handcuffs for no legitimate purpose. They say the brother was not threatening in any respect. They say he was a model of politeness and cooperation, which they don't care, because you have to understand, the majority of the Mzungu males view us as black men as their enemy, okay? This is why they do this to black folks. So the most dangerous thing for a black man is a Mzungu being a cop. Because they feel like they got free reign to do what they want to do, because if they didn't have that badge on, they wouldn't even come next to us. You understand what I'm saying? They're cowards. They all have been cowards and be cowards to the end. Now, a dissenting opinion judge, Bobby Shepard, noted that Haynes was only handcuffed for 5 minutes. It said the city plans to request the court to appeal the decision. If the decision not overturned, the case will go to trial. The brothers should get paid. Bottom line, you know how I feel about that. Black people being racially targeted, humiliated, they should get paid. And those cops should be fired. It's just bottom line. It should be fired. Because if they doing this, and this is what they said, the car was too nice for the area. Well, so every area got to have some old janky, Pinto or something, Humpty, whatever, like you say Humpty back in the day. Some messed up car. So you can't work hard and have a car because it's too nice for the area. That's racial profiling. That's right there. So black folks don't supposed to have nothing. Boy, I tell you. But, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Like I said, these people here, like I said, the devil that the Bible speaks of. But once again, that same qualified immunity that would have prevented a lot of that, them Democrats that a lot of you lined up for, and talking about, you got to get the Democrats in there. What did they say about the George Floyd bill? We tried. That's what they said. We tried. And now the system continues, and your Congressional Black Caucus continue doing what they want to do. I don't know if you heard, if I wrap this up, speaking of the Congressional Black Caucus, that they drawn the lines, the new district lines, and they taken Sheila Jackson Lee and Al Green's district and basically meshing them together so they're going to have to go against each other. So basically one of them going to have to go, basically. See, when you don't do right by black people, you see things happen. You see the Republicans, I said, no, you weren't doing right by your people. And nobody going to come to your defense. See, if you'd got black folks that qualified immunity, we would have been on your side. I would have been the main one fighting for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you get what you deserve.
Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.